Good evening, fellas. Welcome. We are kind of midweek, I know, but we're gonna do 2 streams as I promised. This is the first one this week. I think I got about 4 hours, so I need to catch up on 1 hour. I think it's also time that I'm gonna start, that I need to do some, well, let's call it marketing, which is also a very important part of, getting your project out there. So I'm gonna integrate that into the remaining hours as well. That's not the most interesting thing to stream. So we're just gonna focus on level design today, a little bit of polishing, some testing. And the technical stuff, I'll leave that out because it's not really interesting, the stream. And there are some things I need to do as well, like adding proper footstep sounds to each of the materials, which is a lot of work still. It doesn't have to be perfect, like I don't have to completely finish it, because there are some materials in episode 1 that are not featured in episode 2, which I also have to put in there. But it's probably going to be like, with the next quality of life update, so to speak, before I actually start working on episode 3. But I kind of want this episode out fast, so I can start doing some bug fixing as well, and kind of bring the first episode up to the same quality level as episode 2. So there's still plenty of work before I can actually start on episode 3, but I kind of want to put episode 2 out there so everybody can check it out and play it and let me know what you think. So we're getting very close. Last time I did integrate some of the new music tracks into the maps, which worked out fairly well, I must say. I'm still searching for ambient tracks. It's hit and miss. Sometimes I can really find good ones, but you have to pay for them. Since this is a free hobby project, not really thinking about throwing money towards this, because it's free to play. So we'll see if we can find some good free soundtracks, ambient soundtracks that are available. I might still have to look into Amorphous music tracks, which of course resemble Doom 64 quite a lot. I just have to, maybe I should just integrate one of them and see how it actually feels. Does it fit the whole vibe of Doom 2 Annie, which is a little more action-packed, not so much relying on horror elements. So it's I don't know. Still haven't got a good idea of how it will play out, so I guess we're just gonna have to test it. But I'm looking for ambient tracks with a little more kick to it. But it's hard. But we'll get there eventually. Just have to do some digging. But that's something for later. That's something for offline. For now, let's just jump in and do some polishing. All right. So this map, I think I added in a few secrets. This one here. I think I have 3 secrets in the map. This one still remains to be done. Which I will probably put out in well, actually, it's like a more like a tribute area, to kind of, you know, highlight the people who helped me out during the development of this project. So that's something for the very end, after I finished episode 3. Like, it's gonna be like for the final version. So this is actually, but I'm gonna write some text so the player will know that this door is not available in this version, you know. Let's call it tribute room. What shall I put out there? Area not accessible in this version. And that's it, basically. You know, you might consider like maybe I should leave it out altogether, but I kind of want to, like, it has to, I feel like it's a good way to kind of build up some, like, you know, like, what is this? What is this room for? What's going to be its purpose? So we build some, well, let's call it hype. As far as hype can go for like an area. But, you know, player bumps, player presses use. I think I did a survey. I did a poll, and apparently I asked the question if people would prefer bumping into doors to open them or pressing use, and surprisingly, pressing use was the winner. I always assumed like players would like it would kind of disrupt the flow if you have to stop and press a key, but yeah, people seem to prefer that one actually. Very surprising. Yeah, it has been like this in Doom. Maybe it's a nostalgia thing. I don't know. So I'm still thinking maybe I should change it to pressing use for every door. I have to do it for every door because you have to be consistent. So I might do it here. I thought it was always like, you know, something that people really didn't want to do, but boy, was I wrong. So let's test it out real quick. Feel like Okay. Accessible, is that written correctly? Accessible, yes. Thought it was going crazy. Okay. So then at least people know, like, there's no point in, keep looking in the area to find a way to open that door. So people just immediately know, like, there's nothing in this version of the game or the mod. There's nothing, nothing there. Maybe they'll try to cheat and see if there's something behind there, but maybe I should, or I can actually do area areas under construction. No access area under construction. There we go. Okay. Then people will know that there's nothing there. That's even better. Let's have a look at the script. So what I want to do is basically remove the keys and the weapons. And the ammunition. Let's see. Take inventory. Reset inventory, hold on. Clear actor inventory. You'll have no weapons, no fist, nothing. Let's try it. Clears, and use the clear inventory. Can you actually define what you exactly give inventory? Take inventory. Okay, so we'll put clear inventory. So what I need to do is actually test this. So we're gonna give ourselves full health, full ammo, everything. And just we're gonna wait right here. Okay. Maybe not the best spot. Kills 5. We start. Oh yeah. That is something I actually forgot. You start at 5 kills because, well, I actually killed off some monsters in the beginning because it's part of a resurrection script, but apparently it counts the monsters as kills for the player as well, which is unintentional. I could flag those monsters as no kill count. And then after they get resurrected, I should change that flag through scripting. I can do that. That's a workaround. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. Okay, my health doesn't. I thought it was. If I press the cheat code, it was going back to 100 as well. It's the classic cheat code. It does work. Okay. As soon as 20 monsters are inside or are spawned, I can actually start by going into the portal. I have to wait it out just a little bit. So let's see what... there it is. Let's see what it actually takes away. Okay. 100, it takes away everything. Even the pistol. Okay. Okay, so then it's obvious. Take inventory. I just need to... Note that no inventory can be a negative amount. What I want to do is actually keep the armor. Maybe should I let the player keep the ammo as well? I don't know. I did design them with pistol start in mind. The maps, so we might... A player might end up with full ammo. So we don't want that. Especially because you can spam like the hub area. Where are we? Oh, this is okay. You need to do it for each and every map. Maybe you can do it in map info actually, and that would actually eliminate the need to put it in each of the scripts. Let's see, map info. God, man, what a wall of text. Jesus Christ, that's not what I want. Actually, I think I had it. Take inventory, no? I think I had it first. Take weapons away, reset health. Ah, there we go. Let's see. It should be here somewhere. Reset health. I'm not gonna use reset health. Grinding pulley objects. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's not really sure. Can I open map info? Or is it in use maybe? Can we just define it? This is also interesting. Is this under game info? I'm not really sure where to place this under. Let's see. So if I place the player, let's. Yeah. Unknown top level keyword, so maybe it should be placed under. Hold on. Not really sure. No. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute. It's weird. Okay. Maybe there isn't. Okay, doesn't seem to work. That's weird. So where do you put it then? Is that per map? Can we do it like this? No, probably not. I think right here. Let's see. Reset inventory. Okay, we can actually try this out. Okay, this works so far. So let's see if it actually resets the inventory. So we're gonna do, we got our, let's see where to go, there we go. So we got our start right here. All right. And dear God, no, it doesn't work. That's weird. Oh, wait a minute. Of course, that's the wrong map. It has to be here. Okay. That. I want to know exactly what it does. Nope, it doesn't take away my ammo. That's so weird. Very strange. Hey SVN, what is up, buddy? How did you make the cuts? Hey Sergeant. What is up? Welcome. How do I make the cutscenes? It's been a while, by the way. Good to see you again. Hold on just a second. Let me. There we go. How are you doing? Estevan, how do I make the cutscenes? This is actually the script. So it's a base of scripts. Oh yeah, I'm actually very close to releasing episode, or to wrapping up episode 2. Let me show you what I'm gonna show you in a minute. What I was doing, I'm actually integrating the new music into the maps. I just gotta like, you know, pick the right locations. But for let me first, Estevan. So this is the script you see right here. So what you basically do, or what I did, it's well, it's not really a cutscene in like the form that you usually know it in games. This is just when the player enters the level. No, it's not my music. It's from an industry veteran. He did some music for Mortal Kombat 1, Star Wars. So it's professional. It's a professional artist. Really cool. He just, you know, saw the project and was impressed, and he actually volunteered to make the music. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like, it has this like Doom 2K16, Doom Eternal vibe, somewhat. So I'm gonna, I'll let you hear a track in a minute. So this is basically, when you enter the level, I make sure the player is frozen, so you cannot move. I render the player invisible, because the player is there from the start, but I just don't want to show him yet, because, you know, the idea is that he actually enters through the portal. Then, you know, Fade 2, this is actually, it starts from a black screen and it fades into, you know, the normal game screen. Then I spawned a teleporter. That's a portal. That's just a prop. Then I just closed it. As soon as the player, I deactivate it, and then I'll make sure to show the player. Then you change the camera to the player's point of view, like first person again. And then I disable the frozen flag on the player, so you can actually move. So it looks like this if I just play from the start. Here we go. That's the portal. Player is already there, but it's just not shown yet. You cannot move. Well, and of course I think I accidentally pressed the wrong. Let me try that again, actually, because it's still at my point where I select it. No, it's still there. It's kind of weird. It remembered, for some reason. It remembered the spot I started here, which is very strange. But let me reopen that real quick. And normally this should work. So you could see the player at the very end. And I kind of wanted to... There we go. And I kind of want to spawn in early so you can actually see the fading effect of the teleporter. Of that portal. So you can see it a little bit on your screen as it's fading away. And what I did here, because this is a hub area. So I was actually trying to, when you enter each level, like it's a Terminator portal. And I kind of wanted to give that same vibe, meaning that you actually, you know, like the Terminator, if he enters like the Earth, in the past, he's naked because you can't really bring stuff with you. So I kind of wanted to use kind of like the same principle, you know, except that you're not naked, but like only the pistol, because it's UAC, it's your standard pistol, and every weapon you find along the way, you cannot take with you. So I just kind of like basically want to do a pistol start, but I kind of want you to keep the armor you collected. And because you just like, this is like a weapon generator portal, so you can just stand here and it just if there's no weapon, there's a small delay and it spawns a new weapon, random. If the weapon is still there and you don't pick it up, it just stays there, doesn't spawn anymore. So it constantly checks if there's a weapon or not. And I did this because, you know, you're free to explore this area. There are already monsters in here. So suppose you kind of explore this part and you decide, no, I don't want to check this map out yet. So I'm going to go back, and you picked up all the ammo already. And then there's nothing more. You know, when you spawn back in, because the game saves this state, so monsters you've killed, they remain dead. And the weapons you picked up remain, you know, they're gone as well. And to kind of prevent that, you being stuck here with no weapons, I added this portal. So you can take as many as you want, because you cannot take it with you through the actual Terminator portal. So it doesn't really matter if you use it for the hub. With the exception of the BFG and the plasma rifle, you cannot pick that up here. Let's see. So now for the music. Alright, let's first actually pause this. So, hey Borderlap, what is up, buddy? Welcome. So let's see. I did a track in this one and in the other one as well. So let me show you this one first. So basically, this is actually the area where I implemented this. So normally if I press this switch, this music will fade out and the actual combat music will fade in. And it's actually, believe it or not, but it's perfectly timed. When the first monster enters the teleporter, you get like the heavier action. Like it's coincidence, but it just happens so that it, like, you get a build up of the track and then you get the action part, and it happens at the same time. It's very, very cool. So here we go. Music fades out and the new one kicks in. There he goes, yeah. It's all randomized. See? Just as the actual action track kicks in, you get the first monster. Yeah, it's perfect timing. Completely by accident. So that is basically like the first part, and I think I tested out this one as well. Let's see. So let's start here. Probably should put on calm mode because I spawned near a cyber demon. He's not friendly yet. So if you enter here, you normally should get the same thing. But here, of course, you got it's a different setting, of course. But for the conveyor belt, it works perfectly. But you know, the as you can hear, like, this is very high quality. I'm not really sure if my monsters can keep up. But this gives you an idea, like, of the type of tracks you can expect. So I probably want to increase the action here to kind of keep up with the soundtrack. But these are not tracks like... There are a couple of more ambient tracks among that list. I think I have 11 tracks. So I kind of want to have a couple of ambient tracks to kind of fill in that void where the combat is low. And I was thinking like Immorpher. He did some great work on his Doom 64 type of soundtracks. So I kind of want to look into that, but I'm not really sure if that is actually fitting, because like this is not really like a horror type of mod, you know. It's a little heavier on the action, so not really sure. I kind of liked... There are a few tracks in Quake 3 Arena, not the heavier ones, but the moody ones, which actually would fit the bill very nicely. If I want to find something similar, so not like they don't have to be like really present, just like in the background. You kind of like, you know, those type of tracks where you barely notice them unless you're actually paying attention. They kind of blend in perfectly with, you know, with the environment. Contrary to the tracks you just heard, the action tracks. We kind of want to find these filler tracks and save these, you know, the tracks from the industry vet for the more action-packed sequences. There's actually one I forgot to show you, which is kind of moody, like what I meant. And I actually tested that out as well. So what it did was basically, this is like the final area before you enter the final, like the boss of episode 2. And here is a line. Now, let me show you the script. What I did is actually change the music, kind of like this pre-boss music. So you can actually see. Wait a minute. Is that music? Oh yeah, okay. So there are scripts here, and based on the condition, if you go into the hive area or you exit, 2 types of music play. It kind of depends. And this is a script, so it kind of checks whether, you know, there is actually... let's see, did I... Oh yeah, I forgot this is actually part of it as well. So it uses some variables to check in which area you are at the moment. And depending on that, when you cross the line, it activates different scripts. So that's all technical stuff, but let me just show you. So this is a normal, this is actually placeholder music still. This was also a track custom made for this project. So here you enter. So this is kind of like the moody. Like this is actually the type of music I kind of want to play throughout the regular maps. You know, they're very like, they're not on the foreground. You know what I mean? Maybe this one just a little bit, but so you can actually, before you actually go into a fight with the boss, you get this eerie, like, you know, there's something up here, something going on, and it's not really good news. But I thought it was nice to kind of indicate that, you know, this is where you're gonna get into a shitload of trouble. And if you go back, because you can visit this area whenever you want in the beginning. See, like, there's still no... and actually, the way I solved this, because initially I wanted to do, like, use like a type of battery you found, but these are pipes here, and they're still deactivated. And each time you complete a level, one of these pipes is powered up. And if you power up all three, you can actually activate the drill. And it blows, like, there's a laser coming down, it melts away the flesh. And you can drop down, because that's going to be, like, the flesh is going to be a 3D floor, which is going to disappear. And you can drop down into the actual arena. Slopes, yeah. Just a few. But, you know, this is basically... See, and now the music changes again. And I kind of wanted to fade it fast. There we go. So that's... I thought it was pretty, like, it was nice to do it like that. I think, like, there are a few games who actually do that type of thing with the music. So I thought it was cool. And this is like one track I can use in each episode. Because, like, many games, they kind of have this pre-boss music, right? So, and it's always the same track, so you know exactly what to expect. Like Castlevania on the Game Boy did it as well. For each pre-boss room or area, it played the same music. So you know exactly, okay, this is the final part before the actual boss fight. You knew exactly where you were. And I think that's a really, like, audio type language. I think it's really cool. So I kind of want to do something similar. But, you know, I have, like, the hard part is actually, like, I want to make the most out of the soundtracks. And the thing is, the soundtracks were made during, like, a later stage. So I have to see where they fit in compared to the levels. I might have to kind of... Because in the first episode, there are really no actual, like, arenas at the end. You just, you know, run through the switch. You run towards the switch, the exit switch, and you exit. There's no really, like, arena at the end. And I feel like these tracks don't really kind of... I don't know where to place them in the first episode. So that's why I have to go back, you know, into episode 1 and kind of redesign certain parts of the map to make sure that, you know, I can use those tracks there as well. Even if it's like mid-level arenas, it doesn't really matter. You need more things to activate the drill, yeah. I'd say 3 connections would suffice now. Okay, so now we were still at the inventory. It's kind of weird that... Where do I place these? Is it actually in the map block? Support within a map. Oh, okay. Or game defaults. Definition. Okay. Kind of changes things. game info. Can I do it here? I don't want it per map, I want it for each and every map. Map commands, map info, map definition, game defaults. Ah, wait. I was completely wrong. Not here. That has to be map info. However, you can create a new game defaults properties. There we go. And here we can actually place them. That is what I need. And then let's see. Hey, database. What is up, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome. Not really sure. Game defaults. Oh man, this is... It's written very unclear. Maybe it's just me. I'm not really sure if this is correct. No, I can do it per map. It's not an issue actually. But let's see if this works. Allow monster telefrags, that's all good. Okay, so let's see if we can actually put this at the very top. Okay, let's test it out. If this works, let's use no jump. Let's do it without monsters. Yeah, that does work. Okay. So I can put it in here. That's actually good news. Let's see, reset health, reset items, inventory items, enforcing a pistol start gameplay. Normally this should work. probably safe to do a reset health as well. Reset items. And actually, this one should normally work. Let's hope. Well, does seem to work. Okay. No errors. Well, the first thing gave me errors actually when I tested it out in the actual map info. So that's good news. Let's see if... if it actually works. Nope. That is so weird, man. Why doesn't it work? I tried I did everything. So weird. Should work. Isometric mode. Well, that's pretty cool. Might be something for a future project. I don't know why is it maybe... Is it because it's part of a hub map? Because that would actually negate it, I think. That's the reason why it exists, no? Maybe it's because of a hub map. It's kind of... I think it's conflicting. We can actually test this out. Very simple. Yeah, let's try it without the hub. So actually, let me actually do episode 1. Okay. So we got everything here. Yeah, this is still... never mind this. I kinda need to do some rework on this because, you know, in episode 2 I made some changes. As you can see, like certain things don't really match up anymore, so I have to check it, like replace certain things. I can't even exit properly. It's weird. This should technically work. That's very weird. Can you still? Yeah, because I used... there we go. I used a cheat code. But it's very strange. Why doesn't this work? It's not indicated as an exit. Very, very weird. I haven't changed anything. Okay, so I have to basically add the resources. That will probably... Well, it doesn't really... Okay. Huh? Let's see, like here. And normal? What the hell? Ah, wait. One player walks over. Very strange. I mean, I did play, like... Episode 1 is released, and I actually tested this before, so it's very strange that it's switched off. But maybe I did some changes like after. Well, I did add a couple of areas here. I did some work on a few parts. Maybe I accidentally removed it for some reason. I don't know. Oh god, oh god. I'm so stupid. Of course. They didn't pick anything up, so kind of like the result remains the same. Didn't have any ammo or whatever. Alright. Let's see. Normally you should transfer like the weapons. Yeah, there we go. So this works. So there is a thing with the hub area. Okay, at least we identified the problem. Alright, I'll be right back. Gonna take a small break. And then we'll figure out. I think I got an idea how to solve this, but you know, we'll see. Be back in a few minutes. So the main issue here is that the hub mechanic overrides this. Now, what does work is if I put it in here. So I think that might be the solution. Each time you enter the level, I just take inventory. Shotgun. Now I need a list of the inventory, of course. Oh, go. Return. Yes, return. That is indeed. But you can do it each time you enter level, because in the beginning, you know, if you enter the level, you start with a pistol anyway, so doesn't really matter if it's in a special, like in a separate return script or not, or just enter. Because you start, and this is actually the hub area, the hub map where you start. So even if you return, or like it's enter or return, it's basically like the same thing. So you can put it in. You could, but it's not really necessary. Because if you want, you could use return. Like if you want something to change, like a door that opens once you, like that is initially closed if you start in the hub map, but if you want something or to be spawned after you return, that's useful. But here it kind of remains the same, because you start with a pistol, and if you return, you start with a pistol anyway, so if that makes sense. Plasma rifle, okay. Now, and actually, instead of doing this, I kind of wonder, how do you save the armor? Shotgun, super shotgun, machine gun, rocket launcher, plasma RPG. Those are all the weapons. Okay. Now the other thing, what I hope, because I want to take the keys away, of course. And of course the ammo. Check actor inventory. Check weapon. Oh, cool. That's cool. Hold on. Where is that? Where's my window? Is it behind this? Ah. So, I'm thinking like, how can I make this easy without affecting the armor? No, it's decorate. This is actually what I kind of need. I got an idea. What if I first check what if I first check the amount of armor you have, then clear it and then give it back? How about that? Can you actually do that? check inventory. Can you do something like that? Active power-ups, you cannot check for the pickup items. Internal power-up. I'm not really sure if this is gonna work. Armor. Absorb count? Can we? Let's see. I got something here. I'm gonna have to... Hold on. Let me try something. Absorb count. Oh god. Wait. Let me try something. what I want to do. Basic armor. Can you actually? No, let's try some options here. Because this makes sure that it doesn't get wiped. Okay. You have... is this like the way you do it? Let's keep it simple for a minute. So the syntax is at least correct. Let's see. Oh, what the hell is wrong with this one? No. That's weird. What am I missing here? What are we missing? Oh wait, I see. How do I... let's see. Is there like an example? Check inventory. No, indeed. Like, how do I print this? Like, it checks inventory, basic armor, but how do I check the amount? Like, how do I print this? Is it like this? Is it like this? Identifier. Shit. Check inventory, basic armor, and check inventory shell. Inside the enter. Can you actually? Okay, let's try that. So I place this here. Basically, like this. Identifier. Ah, wait a minute. This has to be armor amount. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for the help. So what I need to do now is actually test this. However, of course it's going to be, you have armor 0. That is correct. Now what I want to do is, of course, re-enter the map with a different value. However, the only thing is, what I wonder, because you say like basic armor. Now, if you pick up a blue armor, then you have a different, like, it's a different level of protection, right? And there's like a Doom quirk that allows you to like once you pick up the blue armor, whichever armor you gather, after that, it gives you extra protection. So there was this quirk or exploit in the original Doom game, but I wonder, does it take that into account as well? Like, suppose I have like picked up a blue armor kit, right? Then I wonder. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't say anything. Ah, wait a minute. Okay, let's try some things out. Hold on. Like maybe I do have to use re-enter. Oh, true, thank you. I was gonna mess it up again. $240. Yeah. So it has to be like re-enter. For this hub area at least. Okay, that's good. We cross indeed. It's an upside down, I don't know. Kind of depends how you look at it. And this is like a guy who takes off his own head. Could it be with a little bit of imagination? Or puts like a hat on top? I don't know. Oh, easy now. Definitely do not want to start a new map. Let's see. So, enter. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have to check something. Because you activate the teleport sequence, right? So basically, this should do the same thing. Maybe just the message just doesn't pop up because I don't use rendering. I have to activate it. Otherwise, the portal doesn't get triggered. So I have to activate these three switches. I cannot test without, unfortunately. This is the easiest map to actually reach the exit while cheating, of course. The other ones I have to do an actual fight because it's scripted that way. Yeah. Probably it doesn't, because there's like, could it be that's because of the camera? Or, yeah, but it doesn't display the armor message. It worked. I know it works. When I enter this map, it does display the correct numbers. The only thing a huge morning star. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so we got this working. However, so the print message is not really important. Like I don't really have to, like the print is not really, it's just for testing purposes. Now what I want to do is actually give that inventory to the player. So now we need to do, so first we read the armor amount. So that's done, right? So we put that in a variable. Now what I want to do is like give inventory armor amount. So basic armor. I'm not really sure if that's correct. Could that be so I have to take, hold on. Oh. Is it that sensitive? Okay, good to know. I should probably do it correctly. Pistol amount 1. So now we take inventory, clear inventory. Oh yeah, thought so. There we go. So this should basically do what is correct, right? Let's test it. So here everything is all right. Okay, let's check it out. So I'm gonna, before I forget, put full armor. Maybe do a little explosion. There we go. Okay. Exciting times. Now I wonder if this is, because is this basic armor? Like you get green armor, blue armor, what is basic armor? Let's see. Doesn't work. Yeah, apparently. Return. Wait. What is the difference between reopen and return? Or can I just use reopen here? Enter, just reopen. Or do I need to put enter into level here and then reopen? No idea. I never use reopen. Okay. Return. Well, let's try. So, of course I have to do like this. I have to do the same thing. Okay. Hey, BTC, what is up, buddy? Good to see you again. It's been a while. How are you doing? Hope everything is going well. I don't want to sound like Romero here, but I hope you are doing well. Okay, so if I return into level, I have to basically repeat this. It's kind of weird that it doesn't maybe because it's oh COVID again. Okay, was it bad? Like because I had COVID as well, but it definitely wasn't as bad as like when you had it the first time. But I do feel like I'm taking longer to recover. When I get COVID, it's like 2 weeks, which is insanely long. Normally, when I get sick, like it's a few days and then I'm recovered, but not with COVID. Well, let's test it out. Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Open, reopen, enter, return. Okay. I see. Okay. Return is per player. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh yeah, makes sense. But you know, since this is single player, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Does it strip my weapons? It doesn't work. Damn it. Why doesn't it work? Doesn't keep the armor. I see. This is weird because it does work like... Did I do something wrong here maybe? Return doesn't run. No. I had this one is enter, so this works, right? When you enter the map, the script plays, which is actually the intro, like the cutscene, so to speak. So that works. When I return, basically it works as well. Or should I use... Should I use the same names? No. Return? No, probably not. Yeah. Damn. I wonder, is this basic armor what I have now? The 240, because it's blue? Let's see if this actually works, the return script. Or the print, to check. Only thing I wonder, like, isn't there some, like a simpler way? I could define, like I could do it separately, right? Armor 240. Well, it does work, but it strips away. Ah, wait, of course. Of course. Oh no, wait, I did give an inventory after this. Ah, wait a minute. Does it clear when I clear the inventory? Does it clear the armor amount as well? Because I placed it on top, so it does read it before the rest of the script is you know, is active. So I was thinking, like, the variable doesn't change, but it does read again. but it doesn't reach, like it doesn't update the the variable. So it kind of like, there is something wrong still, because when I return, it reads the correct value. So the armor 240. Because this works, right? So far, these two kind of work. Then I clear it, and then I want to give, you know, that's weird. I was expecting this to work, to be honest. I have no idea. Can you not put an exception, like minus the armor? Does it reset? Huh. Print and list the blue armor as basic armor. Okay. Okay, so that is... You know, there is a way to kind of easily, and there's a fix, and that is that I individually remove each and every weapon and each of every amount of... Oh, okay. I can do it manually, like take away each weapon. Take away each key. Oh, definitely. Send it through Discord if you like. this is a way to solve it, and then I'm actually correct. Like I'm certain. Hold on. It's kind of weird that. Inventory, so key. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Doom key, blue card. Okay, so I have to... Alright, let's go. And then I have to strip the ammo as well. But the amount, like what would the amount be? Is that even, like, can you actually? Oh, huh? Oh wait, okay. Incorrect number of arguments. Oh shit, I forgot, yeah. The amount. Do you really need that? Oh god. Okay. Well, the clear inventory is actually... But it does recognize it. So what I think happens here is that when I clear the inventory, the basic armor obviously gets reset to 0 as well. And when I want to give it back, I think here that it checks the variable amount again. And then Oh, you can't? You can't. I see. Oh. Well, that might be okay. Well, that is an issue because that is an issue. Basic armor pickup. Well, I could use like I could try it. The only thing is like if I have to choose between like the blue armor and the green armor, it kind of depends on what the player has at the moment, right? If the player has if he can you check whether the player has a blue or a green armor? Because depending on that, I could give a green or a blue. If I know which... I need to know which type of armor the player has and the amount. And then I could use an if statement and then determine which armor to give and the amount, of course. Well, let's try it like this first. Basic armor pickup, maybe. Let's try it. Wait, I can actually test this. Let's see if I can actually give from the start. $50. Let's give 50 armor. Let's see if it turns blue or not. Do anything? No. Fortunately not. That doesn't work. Whoa, 12,000. Ah. Is it... Maybe I should do one. That would probably... Yeah, of course, the amount of blue armor I had, like... It stacks. I didn't even know it stacks. Now it should be 200 normally. 240. No. Okay. Maybe. Maybe. Well, that's not gonna work, right? Because it doesn't take like the armor, like it gives you a green armor and then it gives you like maybe like 240 green armors. God, that's not gonna work. What if I give like an armor bonus? That gives you 1 armor. Let's see, inventory. Armor. Basic armor pickup. Basic armor bonus. Finds an instance of the basic armor class and increases its amount without modifying the other values. It means that basic armor bonus adds to the existing armor without modifying it. It doesn't give any armor on its own. Maybe this will work. Can it? Basic armor bonus. Let's see. Wait, before we do that, actually, let's see if I adjusted the script properly. Clear inventory. Okay, that's good. All right. Did I check for... Oh god. Did I put on ammo actually? Quick exit trigger, yeah, probably. No, actually, if this doesn't work and I need to test further, I'm gonna do like an exit room indeed. That's actually a good idea. Not really sure if I actually... Did I activate, like... Did I have full armor here? I couldn't remember. Maybe just forgot. Let's hope I forgot, because otherwise it doesn't work. Yeah, it's nice. First I wanted to go with like a sky, but then I decided, like, you know, it would save me, would take me a lot of. No, it doesn't do it. Shit. It doesn't do it. Then I'm out of ideas. And we're gonna ditch the armor and just do a fresh start. Drop inventory. Oh. And what is that like? Okay, let's try. Let's see what it actually what it does. Drops to the ground specific item from the inventory of the actors. Huh. That might work actually. Let's try. Okay, let's actually do... Let's make a quick exit room. Player to immediately face it. Hold on, let me see what I actually use here as a trigger. Teleport to map. Map number 1. Okay. Should have done that before. And that's the last thing, last attempt I'm gonna do. Otherwise I'll just deal with it, that you lose your armor. I have placed armor around the map anyway. But it's kind of weird that you would lose armor. Then again, I do want to reset health as well, so maybe just want to emulate a pistol start. Okay, we got 1 armor, 240. Okay. Let's see. don't think it dropped anything. Nope. Unfortunately. Yeah, true. Armors for pussies. Who's that? Was that like... I remember... Oh yeah, Duke Nukem said it. Power armor is for pussies. I think he meant Halo at the time. Like a... Yeah, remember. Okay, well, we tried. There's plenty of armor. Clear inventory, and I want it. I do want to reset the health as well. Change level reset how? No. Oh, that's weird. Oh, wait. There. That does it. Give inventory armor amount. No. Does it exist? I don't. Is that a thing? Maybe. But it says here in the description. It's an internal class. It doesn't have particular uses worth mentioning. One thing that it does is provide a default pickup sound for subclasses. So I don't think that's something we can actually use. Huh. Let's see what that is exactly. This takes removing player's armor. Mm. Absolute credit with negative amount of armor bonus. Armor bonus with a negative 5. Well, maybe it's not like... I know it's not a huge deal. I thought it might be interesting to kind of leave something for the player. Because it's kind of... You know, there's like a dilemma where, like, if you keep the weapons, the levels might get too easy. The downside is there are secrets to be found, and you know, BFGs are among them, and you will lose them every time you enter or re-enter this level. That is a bit of a shame. It's generous enough. Yeah, true. Although, like, if I can't keep the armor, I'm thinking of resetting the health to 100. Because, you know, chances are very likely you won't be able to, like, remain above 100 anyway by the time you exit the level. So it's like a fresh pistol start. Which is fine. Though maybe I shouldn't reset health. Maybe. Ah, wait. What I can do, if the health is less than 0, you get like a bonus. It's back to 100. If it's more, then it remains. Right? So how do I script this? If oh, less than 100. Wow. Always forget, like, can we do it? There? Is that something like that? Oh wait, it has to be less than 100, not more. Oh really? Ah, okay. Check the actual value. Oh. I see. I see. Yeah. I understand what you say. How do I do that? So check. How would I write that script? Check property. Ah, yeah, true. Check actor property. Okay. And then I have to put it in a variable, I assume? Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, you can put it right in the if. Oh, true. True. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. God, I'm such a noob when it comes to this. Like that. And then less than 100. Is that correct, like this? No, I thought so. Wait, it has to be here, like that. Is that correct? Does it have to have like that? No? Oh wait, there's two. No? That's not correct, is it? No, thought so. What is wrong with this? Ah, okay, yeah. Like that. Yep, true. No, it's still shit. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Okay, hold on. No, ah. Oh yeah. Like this? No? Shit. Dear God, I suck at this. So we've got one open, two open, one close, one close. Check it properly, okay. There has to be a comma, right? What am I crafting? I'll show you in a minute. I have to first get this script running. This is like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Fuck's sake. Get actor property. Ah. So I have to do that first, right? You can do it in the if, really? Okay. So. And then, like that. Wait, what do we do? Yeah. Is it like that? Okay, it works. I see, I understand, yeah. Okay. I'm thinking like in a different, like, for my Game Boy game, actually I need to, like it doesn't work like this. And that's why I couldn't like figure it out. First you have to, it works differently. First you have to get like the variable, you have to read it, put it in a variable, and then you use that variable. But here you can actually do it like directly. And that's actually interesting, like it's a difference. Because first you, like in the Game Boy game, you have to first use this one. You have to get a property, store it in a variable, and then use the if statement. That's why I kind of was mixing the two things, like, you know. All right. So. I don't have much program experience, or scripting experience for that matter. I did learn quite a lot, but you know, don't use it too much. So what we're gonna do is actually take some damage, see if it works. Okay, that's to 100. That works. Now we're gonna use a different one and see if it actually rewards the player. Give Soul Sphere, there we go. So we have 200. Normally it should leave the player alone. Here, yes, okay, that's good. Ah, you use old school style. Oh, okay, let me show you a map then. Let's do a quick playthrough. So let's restart real quick. I'm gonna show you one of the maps I made. You can do it from start to finish. Let's use this one. So we're gonna actually, hold on just a second. Put this on pause. All right. I'm gonna need to test them anyway, so it might be time for a little gameplay. All right, so we start, and we didn't start at the. Okay, that is not a good start. For some reason, for a very strange reason, it kind of remembers where I last started. Even though I didn't place a player start. Very strange. Now it's a proper start. So what we have here is weapon generator, because you do start with 0 weapons. Maybe a few more. It's randomized. I choose between everything between the shotgun and the rocket launcher. I kind of want that double-barreled. Saves me a lot of trouble. Plasma rifle is also good, of course. Well. No. It's not going to happen. Okay, never mind. So, quick explanation. So let's first head into the drill room. I showed earlier, I have this change of music here for the final area of this map. So this is where you actually need to activate the drill. But first you need to go through all 3 levels. You don't get a BFG at this point, no, because that's something I want to save for the actual levels. Okay, so I got 3 maps to play. I don't know which would be the most fun to watch. Maybe let's go with this. It has some interesting stuff going on. Oh, straight in the face. God, I need to use... Okay, let's actually save because I'm gonna need to use a lot of saves. This is a heavy platform section. Oh. Whoop. Maybe not too heavy, but I just suck at this. So this is basically the intro. Okay, so far so good. Jesus Christ, this is the hardest part, I swear. This is... Damn. I made this game too hard. Alright. So now we enter... Like, this is still the hub area, of course. It's not the actual level, but I did this to... It's slowly... The hub map is kind of neutral, and these maps basically... Or these sections of this map, they show you what you can expect from the level. They give like a visual hint. Wish I had a double barrel. Okay, so we got this elevator. This caused me a lot of pain. Trust me. Let's see, there is a secret. Ah, here we go. There's a double barrel. Too bad you can't keep it. But you know, at least it serves us right for the moment. Oh shit, there he is. He made his way all the way back here. That's actually great. I do love a little bit of monster freedom. Let's leave that. At least we can safely exit. Now we enter the real map. Oh, it was a dud. Okay. Well, I did, like, normally you should actually have that teleport sequence, but I switched it off because I'm still in the phase of testing this level. So this is the actual level. As you can see, a couple of areas are very similar. But of course, they are altered to make it fully playable. So here we are at the very start of this level. As you can see, it looks like there are some changes here. Turning things, it's done with poly objects, yes indeed. I think they're very fun. The only thing I wish we had was now the thing is I have to switch off, like, you know, obviously the script for the weapon inventory takeaway is not here yet. So normally I shouldn't have all weapons, but just for the sake of, you know, playing through the map, it's fine. What I was, oh yeah, I wish we had like 3D poly objects, like things that could float. Unfortunately, that's not the case. This is kind of like a loop back. It's actually fairly a few sector portals. Oh, can you? These are actually a combination of Doom 3, Quake 2, standard Doom, and I think a couple of modified Doom textures. You try to blend them in together. Okay, well, that's something worth checking out. God, this level is tough. I do want to get rid of that one. Okay, that's cool, thanks. I love to see it, actually. I love to see it in action. So this is actually one of the most interesting things I tried when it comes to scripting. It cost me a lot of trouble. And it's pretty, well, I wouldn't say complicated, but you have to be very creative. So this is like, you have to obtain the yellow key to activate this elevator, right? And the key is actually hidden in the volcano. Now, if you activate all these switches, there's an eruption, and bam, the key's right there. Thought it was really cool to have something like that. So we have the key, and this actually takes you up. It was a pain to do. You remember, you were there as well, indeed. It was a real pain. Oh, 3D platform Z-script stuff. Okay. Well, I'll have to look into that. So here we are at the second section. Open this door, and here we got like the tribute to Quake 2. This one was actually also a lot of hard work, but let me, you know, think we can share some secrets. We've been so long together. So you enter through here, a little bit of a surprise. Jump scare, if I may. Right, so we drop down here. Out of the way. So, what this does, we lower this crate, and inside is a very nice secret. Can we make that jump? There we go. So we already got the BFG. So what do we have here? This one's also a jump scare. Damn. That was extreme heat seeking. Fuck, I messed up, but at least I know a few of my own secrets still. So we got like these torture machines like you find in Quake 2, processing plant, where your fellow Marines are being tortured here and disassembled, so to speak. So you need to stop these machines. And he is unfortunate enough to die a very, very slow death here. So we move on to the next biomass harvesting plant, indeed, something like that. Here we go. It got a second torture device. Marines are dropped into the acid, and I had to make the bodies disappear. Unfortunately, there's no animation to make them dissolve. But this is as good as it gets. I kind of like that you can actually see them, like, they drop down and they kind of sink, like it takes the viscosity of the fluid into account. So we turn this off, and of course I need, like, bodies disappear still, even if the machine is turned off. There's a secret as well, and that gives you the auto map. Conveniently placed barrels, of course. Here we are. Now the level starts to open up a little. I think it's best to use this as soon as you can. The biggest enemy, and one that always has my highest priority, bridge lowers, is that one, the Pain Elemental. I have to check my health, holy shit. Ugh. Dear God. Okay. Maybe I should use the BFG here. Oh, he took care of that all by himself. Ah, I missed the health back. See, the fact that I made this level 2 actually means nothing. Shit. Alright, so let's attack. Oh God. Okay. Those are dangerous as well. Man, if I look at this level now, it all plays nice and all, but it was hard. Like, it took a long time to build this. Now the music, of course, is still, like, it has to change. I kind of use the same track throughout, because I needed to test. So we drained this chamber, as you can see, and some stuff is revealed. There we go, as you can see, drainage completed, so now you can actually enter this chamber. There we go. Berserk. So these monsters, I had to kill them off in the beginning of the map for the simple reason that they get resurrected. There you go. However, they do count as being player kills at the very start, so that's something I need to look into as well. So I think we overstayed our welcome here. We can move on. Dangerous mushrooms. That's actually a very good point. I think we're gonna find out. That's a very good question. Is it persistence? That is a good question, man. Okay. So now we move on. Now for me, I can live with that if it stays. And this is the final section of this map. Now if you strip inventory, maybe it takes away Berserk as well. Not really sure. So here we are at the final part of this map. Careful with the rocket zombies. There we go. And these plasma zombies. So we need, I'm just calling them connections. It's basically something like an alternative to keys. And the way the poison works here is it's building up radiation. So we have a connection. To remind me to place some stuff in here. Just a second. There we go. Okay. The PFG does come in handy here. And they're nasty. As you can see, I'm having a very hard time maintaining over above 100 health. Okay, so that is the final connection, I think. Jesus Christ. There's nothing there. At least there's a loop around. So there we go. Now we can still shooting at me. And then you enter the sewers. It's only a very small part. There's also a secret here. Let's see, yeah, this is the correct way. The key. And you can actually go back up here. Now I have to think. I get chain gun right out, yeah. Now where is that? Here's a secret as well. I have the blue key. Now let's actually grab this secret. If we can we? No, not from here. Shit. Okay. Well, then we grab this, and let's ignore that, and we go down. It's a long way. I was thinking about spawning some monsters here, maybe. Damn. Such a simple enemy. And I allow myself to get caught. Okay, so now we enter the pipe, bam, and this is actually where the fun starts. There's a secret right here. You can actually, comes down very slowly. 8 secrets. Let's save, let's hold on to that. So now we press the switch. The music changes, as I showed in the beginning of the stream. Now, this is, like I said, this is completely randomized. The monsters here, they're being selected. So each run you do of this level, you never know what you're gonna get. With a bit of bad luck, you get all badasses like this, as you can see. So we start off strong. But, you know, for all that matters, you could have, like, just troopers. However, I added a conveyor belt to kind of switch up the dynamic of the map a little bit. And of course, you can see some infighting because he gets hit by a barrel. And that's the only instance you can create infighting between monsters of the same species. At least when it comes to projectile throwing monsters. You can actually, like I said before, you can finish this map without a single shot. If you want, you can lure them underneath these crushers, or you can wait for the barrels. So it's like, it's something different. Probably want to increase this monster count a little more. Oh, conveyor belt is still running. So I thought it was like, you know, something different than just a standard arena of monsters spawning in. And just fight them. Like, this is a pretty interactive arena. Infinite amount of barrels. You don't even need, but we're gonna take it anyway. There's the portal already. So let's see if Berserk persists. And it does not. No, you can't. You can shoot, yeah, you can shoot through. You just can't move through it. So now we enter. We got a couple of monsters activating here. And I did this to kind of keep you busy. There's something to do after you spawn. And more monsters, like, they are frozen now, but most of them will thaw after you complete a level. So that is one of the maps. From start to finish. There we go. I'll be returning this week. Not entirely sure. Maybe tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. Where we continue working on the maps, I think. Fortunately, we lost a lot of time trying to keep that armor, but you know, every day is a learning experience. If it worked, it was excellent. If not, okay. Sometimes you have to take the loss. That's okay. It's not a deal breaker. At least we tried. And we learned some interesting stuff along the way. So I'm actually gonna, because that is interesting, the use of 3D poly objects, which can walk upon and underneath. That is something very interested in seeing. So probably gonna use that in episode 3. If that works, we're definitely gonna check it out. That's something for later. For the rest, I think what we still need to do is implement some more music tracks, especially in the other maps as well. We're just gonna have to figure out like which ones are best suitable where. Not really sure yet. And probably I have to do some bug fixing as well. Some polishing. Like something is wrong with this. But it's probably like tag 5. The portal didn't activate properly. And I'm not really sure what caused it, because it did work. It has to do with something like return. But I'm probably gonna this one. I think we should, because I use a spawn spot, however, I can actually, instead of that, I could just put the portal in and just activate and deactivate it. That would probably work better. But you know, that's something that's easily solved. We can fix that easily. No worries. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching, for the help with my terrible scripting skills. And I'll see you guys probably tomorrow, if not later this week, but I'm aiming for tomorrow. So take care, have a great evening, and until soon.